Now that, my friends, is the Australian flag flying proudly in Warsaw. And it's a pretty good indication that I'm where I'm supposed to be, because on today's episode of Kult America, we are taste testing Australian food with the Ambassador of Australia.
Hey, Ryan.
Paul.
How are you?
Thank you so much for inviting me.
You found the place okay?
It's not a very obvious form of transportation.
Well, it's low emission and completely sustainable. It doesn't matter how you fly the flag, as long as you fly it, is what we say. Anyway, welcome to the official residence, our own bit of Australia here in Warsaw.
Okay.
Come inside.
Can I ask you one quick question before we go in? I see that that's a kangaroo, but what animal is this?
Well, that's an emu.
I'm ashamed to say that I actually am not familiar with that animal.
Well, you'll get to taste it at lunch today. How about that? We'll get to eat both of them, in fact. Come inside.
Wow. They eat their crest.
Okay, this way, Ryan. Welcome.
This is amazing. This actually looks nothing like a Polish home. Am I technically on Australian ground right now?
Well, not technically. You could say this is an extension of the embassy. It's a space we use for cultural purposes, for entertaining our Polish guests, other diplomatic guests. But technically, Polish law applies. So I hope you're on your best behavior.
I will try my best.
I've got something special for you. I know you're thirsty. Some of the best wines that I could find in Poland. These are all Australian wines. And as you can see, we've got quite a nice range here. From champagne-like wines, sparkling wines made in Tasmania, various Rieslings, Chardonnays, from all over Australia.
Does that one actually say Polish Hill?
It does indeed. Let me show you. This is a very special wine, Grosset Polish Hill Riesling.
Okay.
Few people know that some of the early settlers who brought winemaking to Australia actually came from lands which are now Poland.
Really?
They were ethnically German, but we have a connection dating back to 1830s. Now, enough of the talking. Let's start drinking. What would you like to try first?
Actually, I don't drink alcohol. It's like a lifestyle.
Oh, okay. You do eat, right?
I definitely eat.
Come to the table.
Okay.
I thought I'd start with a classic. If you can cope with Vegemite, if you can learn to love Vegemite, you can learn to love Australia.
Vegemite is a national dish, but most people make the mistake of just putting too much on their toast. You get to try it with a beautiful bush tomato scone. Well, let's start. Bon appetit.
Thank you.
Smacznego, as they say in Poland.
Smacznego, kolego.
Grab a scone.
Okay.
Grab a bush tomato scone. Grab a bit of butter. And now grab a tiny smidgen of Vegemite.
Okay, so just a little bit like
That's
this
right.
much?
Yeah, that's perfect.
So now, is this something that Australian people would eat for breakfast?
People would have it on toast for breakfast. Children would have it as a snack. It's incredibly nutritious.
Vegemite was really not as, I can't even say it was bad at all. I kind of liked it, so I guess it's about eating the appropriate quantity.
I know you've heard about the Australian sausage roll. This is a homemade sausage roll. We often eat it with tomato sauce, which is Australian for ketchup. But have a taste. It's basically a sausage in a pastry.
What is the filling?
It's beef and pork.
Wow, that is really good.
I was also quite keen to get Ryan to try what is really an Australian staple, which is the chico roll, made with crocodile meat. I thought it'd be a nice surprise for him.
Is that an egg roll?
Well, it is an Australian chico roll, or rather, our own interpretation of this, an exotic meat chico roll. This is more of a gourmet version. Let me know if you can taste what's inside.
It seems to have some kind of meat or fish.
You are, in fact, enjoying some crocodile.
Really? I would never have guessed that. Huh. Really good.
I thought we would try something that is more representative of contemporary Australian style. And we had an interpretation of a sashimi dish.
This is chilled cucumber soup with raw tuna. The tuna is a sashimi grade. This is served with raw cucumber and garlic chive flowers. And this is the chilled cucumber soup.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Paweł. This is Paweł Michałowski, the chef.
It smells very fresh. Yeah, that's amazing there are flowers in here. It was pretty amazing. And that was an indication to me that this was not your everyday dish.
So, are you ready for the next course?
I'm a little bit frightened, but yes.
Okay. Pavel, what do we have here?
This is a kangaroo tartare
Kangaroo tartare.
with some nasturtium flowers and leaves. And this is a kiwi and avocado salad with borage flowers.
Kangaroo is actually a delicious and extremely nutritious meat. It's considered to be one of the healthiest meats.
So do you actually eat this in an Australian home? Do people eat kangaroo?
Well, people do, typically on the barbecue, also in mince form. This is, of course, an interpretation to the Polish taste, given that tartare is very popular in Poland.
Well, it smells very fresh. There's not a potent odor from the meat, which I suppose is a very good thing. And I'll just dive right in, I guess. Yeah, I think I would have to get used to that. It's different, for sure.
Well, Ryan, I assure you the next kangaroo dish will be cooked.
All right, so it's kangaroo curry with black rice cracker. Is that how you described it? And peppers that I suspect are going to be.
And fresh chili.
Yeah. I intuitively know that I'm going to like it.
Watch the spicy chili.
I want the full experience.
Okay.
Whoa, that is outstanding. It becomes a whole different beast.
You couldn't do the wine tasting, so we prepared something special for you. Australian steak tasting.
Wow. Forgive me for being a typical American about this, but what kind of meats are these?
I was hoping that you taste it and guess and tell me, but let me reveal the surprise here. You've got Australian lamb, Australian Wagyu beef, and emu.
All right, I'm going in the deep end. I'm going to actually start with the emu, but the meat looks gorgeous. Actually, it looks very tender. Oh, it smells delicious too. Wow. You know, it's not typical supermarket meat. It seems very organic. So now this piece of meat that I'm cutting into right now is actually proper beef.
This is beef, that's right. This is Australian Wagyu beef.
At a certain point, I just kind of run out of vocabulary to describe how delicious this meat is. If I were to compare those steaks with American steaks, I'd have to say that the ones that I ate with the Ambassador were actually far better. I'm full in my stomach, but I'm also full in my mind and in my heart, so.
Well, I hope you can activate your second stomach because we have a bit of dessert coming up. Come and join me in the living room.
I knew you were going to say that.
We have something lovely and something very Australian.
Wow.
It is an interpretation of one of our famous desserts, the pavlova. This one with fresh Australian mango.
Okay, well, I love mango. Amazing. And it's competing with Polish hospitality, I have to say. Right,
Well, cheers. Enjoy the dessert.
Thank you. I've got to tell you, Paul, that as elegant as this food is, it is surprisingly homemade. You know, the earlier dishes were not overkilled with salt. This is not overkill with sugar. It's
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, and I hope it's an opportunity to encourage you and your viewers to taste Australian food and Australian taste for themselves.
Maybe Australia is not such a bad option. I know that I'm probably going to go and visit, after your gracious hospitality. Anyways.
Absolutely. Well, I hope you do come and visit, and we think we are a fantastic country, not just to visit, but also to come and live in, if that is your choice. So we certainly do welcome interest from prospective migrants who want to come and contribute, who have the right qualifications and the right attitude to become Australians. Well, you managed to finish it.
Thank you so much.
Which is great.
I'm pretty full.
Well, thank you very much for coming and visiting and trying the Australian food. Now, I have to run to the office and finish a few things, but you take your time, Enjoy your residence, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you so
Cheers.
much for having me, Paul.
Thanks
it was
so
really
much.
an honor.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
All the best. Cheers.
Thank you.
Well, I really enjoyed the lunch with Ryan. I was, in fact, rushing a bit because I had a few other things to do.
All right, come on, guys. Let's show Australia some love. Share this video with all of your friends. Give it a thumbs up and write some nice comments, please. Pani Iza, dziękuję bardzo. To naprawdę świetne. Wszystko było świetne. Paweł, jestem pełny, po prostu zadowolony i pozytywny.
Dziękuję bardzo.
Bye bye, guys.
Bye bye. Take care.
Ambassador's work is